Hey everyone, I just wanted to share with you a bit of footage from my day out. So I popped into Liberty, London. It's a store in central London, and I love walking through there because the interior is so beautiful and it's like going back in time. They've built it from the timber of two ships, the HMS Impregnable and the HMS Hindustan. And walking through there is always a treat. But I wanted to go in particular to see the Patchwork Collective, which is an exhibition of patchwork. And it's Liberty's way of celebrating having been in business for 150 years. So they invited home sewers from around the world to submit pieces of patchwork, and they got over 1,500 submissions from all over the world, from Malta to Melbourne and everywhere in between. So it was a really fun day out just to see the creativity of everyone, and they stitched together a whole bunch of patchwork pieces into a tent. I'll show you some footage, but I just wanted to share that with you just in case it inspires your own creativity, and just to say that creativity is alive and well in this world and it's flourishing. So don't be put off by AI or any of that. There is a ton of creative stuff happening everywhere all the time. Hi everyone, welcome back to Vedic Life Coaching. Thank you so much for joining me, and welcome to the Sidereal Vedic Astrology Outlook for the month of August. We're going to take a look at the energies, what can we expect. We're also going to recap the energy for July, and I'll take you through a news matchup. There has been a lot going on in the news, so we're definitely going to take a look at all of that. I'll do as best as I can. There are quite a few little bits to cover, so I will have a section on that. I also wanted to welcome all the new subscribers. Thank you so much for joining. And what I would suggest is that you can use the jump links below. You will be able to jump around in the news section. You will also be able to jump straight to your mini report so that you can find out definitely about your ascendant, definitely about your moon as per the Sidereal Vedic system. You can look that up in a calculator. I'll link that below. You can also look up your sun sign if you want to as well. You're very welcome. So I think that's everything for the brief intro. Oh, another thing I just wanted to say, I am editing in a bit of footage from Liberty, London, and I wanted to edit that in because I had a little day trip into central London. This was after the water problem that I had. So my water was out for 5 days, and then when it came back on, I had a shower, and then I celebrated by going into town, and I went to Liberty, London, because they had a special exhibition of their fabrics and of these beautiful patchwork designs that people have made. And I was just so impressed with, the creativity of this place, definitely of London, definitely of England, the UK. This is such a creative place. And I've been observing on social media that people are getting a bit depressed about AI, and they're saying things like, oh, because of AI, creativity is dead and there's no more creativity, and oh, I'm depressed and all that. But I just want to say that no, don't be depressed and don't be worried about this, because people are using these technologies actually to skill up. There are so many people who are using the technologies to get better at their handmade crafts. And that is a phenomenon I've been observing definitely since Saturn's been in Aquarius. When Saturn was moving through Aquarius, what I observed there is that a lot of the luxury goods channels, people who, got over 1 million subscribers because they're really into fashion and they were really into buying luxury goods and showing them off. Well, when Saturn went into Aquarius, a lot of those channels either started to shut down, or those people started to get rid of their gear, and then they would turn their channel into some kind of spiritual minimalism channel, right? So the trend really started changing there. And what I observed as well is that people are making their own clothes and they're loving it. So one of the biggest fashion channels, sewing channels I've seen is with Wendy. She's got over 1 million subscribers, but there are lots of them and they're huge. And people are loving making their own clothes, you know, swapping ideas, swapping patterns. It's pretty incredible what's going on there, out there creatively. So yes, there are going to be people, like when it comes to AI, yes, there are going to be people who just use the technology out of laziness, and it might make them stupid. That is true. Also, it could get very dark. I see that as well. I see, yeah, there's a whole dark side to AI. I see that too. But when we look at the light side of these technologies, what I'm finding is that people are using them as another tool. And they're using it as another tool to train themselves, to get better at skilling up, to get better at their own skills, to get better at their own craft. People are definitely making lots and lots of things and sharing what they make online. And I've been loving doing that for many years, actually. And yeah, well, this necklace, I made this necklace. So this is something I made, but these earrings, I did buy them. By the way, one of you asked, where do I get my earrings from? And so I just thought I'll very quickly share with you. I always buy very cheap earrings, and they're either from Primark, H&M, Lovisa. It's an Aussie shop, but I think they might have shops all around the world now because it's grown huge. And they sell really cheap, you know, $5 to $10 type thing for earrings. So I just wanted to throw that in because somebody did ask. And yeah, I love all this stuff. I love, you know, yeah, like fashion, but I especially love making stuff. That's my passion, and I want to learn all these things. So that's why I popped into central London, into Liberty, and I thought I'll take you all with me on a little trip. So where I can do that, I will definitely do that. All right, now let's get serious and take a look at some news. So let's have a look at a recap on the energy for July. I just wanted to talk about what was happening in the sky. We had the Mars and Ketu conjunction, and that's going to be over from the 29th of July onwards. I'm recording this today on the 24th of July, so just in a few days we will all be able to breathe a sigh of relief because that conjunction will be over. That has been intense, it has been full on, and I'll talk more about what happened across July news-wise. I'll do a matchup. We'll see where Mars Ketu did impact the world. But I just wanted to look a little bit ahead to see, all right, when might we next experience the Mars Ketu conjunction or a Mars Ketu-like energy? And we might experience a touch of this energy again across 7th, 8th or 9th December of this year, when Mars crosses a Gandanta point and will be aspected by Ketu. If you count Ketu's aspects, which I do, not always, but yes, I do look at that, and it's definitely right here. I'm looking at it in my notes. So I've got here, yeah, 7th, 8th, 9th December could be some tough days there. And I've got here another challenging time this year could also be September. That's when the eclipses are on, so 7th or 8th September and 21st September as well. And these eclipses will be on the Leo Aquarius line, so it could impact money markets, and that's just something to bear in mind. If we take a look briefly at August energies, what do we have coming up in August? I've got here this month, the focus across the board is most likely to be social, home, also media. The media could be really ramped up at this time, and there could just be quite an output of content by the media because we're going to have Venus conjunct Jupiter in Gemini. Okay, so we've got the two advisors and they're both in Gemini. So, I mean, there could be a lot of talk, a lot of conversations, a lot of advising, a lot of consulting, but the media there, you know, and we've got Jupiter there. So yeah, it's like, I think the media could be putting out a lot of stuff at this time. I've got here that in our personal lives, we're likely to be analytical about our relationships. We've also got Sun and Mercury in Cancer. So that's another point of emphasis on home life, our personal lives. And, you know, towards the end of July, and I will bring up this news item in the news matchup, but, you know, we did have that little episode there with the CEO of Astronomer. I will cover that one because it is an astrological thing. And it's interesting that, yeah, the energies are sort of moving to focus on individuals and home life and personal life and all this kind of thing. So the energies are moving there. I've got here on the 23rd of August, we have a new moon that could have an eclipse type of effect because Ketu is there in the same sign. So 23rd of August is a date that could impact money markets as well. So that's just something to bear in mind. Also, top leadership. You know, there could be something new or something close out or some form of renewal, and that could be happening there on the 23rd of August. So let's take a look at a news matchup for the month of July. As I said, I'm recording this on the 24th of July. This month is not over yet. We still do have time left with the Mars-Ketu conjunction, so it could still be a bit intense, but we can certainly look back and see what has happened so far. Now, a lot of people were predicting really big things for early July and the 20th of July as well. So certainly astrologers were predicting, you know, 20th July, that's a Mars-Ketu conjunction. So yes, astrologers have been predicting big things for that date. But if we take a look at the whole month of July, there were some big predictions made around floods. And this is something that I do want to cover. So there was supposed to be a massive flood happen in Japan, near Japan, something like that, and that's 5th of July. And that was by Ryo Tatsuki. And that was a major prediction made by, now I believe she's a manga artist. I also believe, now I'm not too familiar with the details of this particular manga artist, but I believe that she published books and she got some things right in her predictions in the past. So for that reason, people were very interested about this date of 5th July. And on this point, well, I'll mention a couple of other points. We did have major floods in Texas, and that was the Texas floods, 4th July. So that did happen. And there were also predictions being made by scientists for a giant tsunami around 10 July. So as we can see, lots of people were predicting some kind of massive activity relating to water for the early part of July. One of the things I've been saying about this time with Mars-Ketu is, I've been saying this since June, that it's a dry time. I haven't particularly been seeing anything connecting in with water. And with the 4th of July, yes, there were Texas floods, but I'll put on the screen, Jimmy Dore did a news item on this, and I watched the video, and they're making some points there saying, you know, it may not be a natural event. They're questioning that, and I think that, yeah, that's fair enough to question that. Similar with the fires in Hawaii, you know, that was also, people were questioning there, is that natural? And 4th of July, people were questioning. Now with the Ryo Tatsuki manga artist, when I heard the story about her and the books she's put together and the predictions and the fact that she was quite anonymous, and there were certain things that made me, I don't know, it raised some alarm bells, and it got like I'm flagged, and I'm kind of going, I don't know about this one. And what she reminds me of is, I don't know if you guys remember here in the UK, Banksy. Banksy used to be an artist who would do these really cool artworks. Someone one time gave me a book filled with his artworks, and I just loved it. I thought the artworks were really clever and funny and great. But I remember from about 2016 onwards, and certainly from 2020 onwards, I started really questioning the whole Banksy thing. And I thought, I don't think that's a real person. And what I thought it was, that maybe it's some kind of money laundering scam. Like, I don't know, you know, I am so skeptical of everything now. And what I do is I question everything. So I started questioning Banksy. And anyway, with Ryo Tatsuki, something felt like that for me with the predictions, and I just thought, I'm not sure about this. So I did some Googling today, and I'm going to bring it up because it's on my desktop. Let's see, I think I did take a picture of it, and I'll put it on the screen. Oh, did I? No, I did. It's here. There it is. Someone's written on this thing called skeptics.stackexchange.com. So again, that's a new website to me. I don't know, I'm skeptical of that as well. Now I'm just like, I don't trust anything. But this one's interesting because someone's written, Tatsuki never predicted one of the predictions anyway. And it's got here, in 2020, a man impersonated her on Twitter and fabricated the prediction above, as well as the claim that the virus would reappear in 2030. And anyway, I've done some broader reading on this, and yeah, I am just in a questioning mode around it. So that's all. I think that's all I would say there. But again, if there were to be floods, what would I pin it to in the sky? Well, I would say it could have something to do with Saturn, Neptune being in Pisces. We've got two very large bodies, astrological bodies, you know, in Pisces, in the watery sign of Pisces. It could equate to floods. So if there are to be floods, it could be from now even through to August this year, and or Feb, March next year. Something like this could be possible. But the big predictions that were predicted have not happened, and I just thought that's interesting to look at. If we have a look at Mars Ketu and what that yielded for us in terms of news, I think Mars Ketu did yield quite a bit. And what I'm going to say is that the Epstein client list being, you know, swept under the rug, that has a Mars Ketu feel to it, because it's Mars Ketu in Leo. So we've got, you know, Leo, high profile, Mars, man, Ketu, sweep it under the rug, right? So Ketu, why am I saying sweep it under the rug for Ketu? Because they often liken Ketu to Mars, and Mars could be Aries, but very much Scorpio. When I see Ketu, I think of Scorpio, because it is really our most spiritual planet. And yeah, I definitely see Scorpio there with Ketu. A lot of people say Ketu exalts in Scorpio. If you subscribe to that sort of thing where, you know, Rahu or Ketu exalts, I don't particularly, I kind of think they're sort of the same everywhere. I don't go for that. But people do say Ketu exalts in Scorpio. And Scorpio is the place where people just sweep things under the rug and don't deal with them. So I do think that Epstein client list, yep, it's been swept under the rug, and people aren't going to forget, and it will come out. So, you know, maybe it is just a timing thing. The other piece of news that we had is that Sean Combs was cleared of many charges. And again, that's this kind of high profile man who is let off the hook. You know, Ketu, it's like nothing to see here. It's like turn away, don't worry about this, sweep it under the rug, there's nothing here. Like Ketu can have that eclipsing, cutting out sort of effect. We could be cutting something out or sweeping it under the rug. the sweep under the rug thing, I did have a client session, a live Zoom with one of you, and I saw in the D9 chart, in your partner's chart, there was Ketu in Scorpio. And I just said in passing something about, oh, does your partner sweep things under the rug? And you said, oh, yes, that's exactly what he does. So yeah, I mean, that's the signature, and that is how it functions. I'm better at reading a person rather than news, but I'm having a go here at the news. Let's get back to the news. Air India flight, I'm still on that. I'm still looking at that as a news item, and I will until we find out what happened. And this is very much a news item from now 12 June, but still in July. I would class the Air India flight, yes, under Mars Ketu, but very much, now that it's an ongoing news story, it's very much a Saturn-Neptune thing, because a preliminary report has been released, but it contains ambiguous information. It contains incomplete information. So they've told us a couple of lines of, you know, what one pilot said to the other, but they're not saying who said what, and they're not providing the full conversation, they're not providing the full information. So to me, that's very Saturn-Neptune, because Neptune can be a confusing energy, it can be an ambiguous energy. So yeah, full information has not been provided. And I saw a very good piece by Indian media where they interviewed a lady called Mary Schiavo. I hope I pronounced her name right. She's a brilliant US aviation attorney, and I looked up her, you know, biography on Wikipedia, and you know, I was even able to find some birth details. She has got an incredible chart. She also has a pilot's license. She is incredible. Like, this is a very incredible person, and it's good to listen to her at this time. And I think Indian media has done a great job of finding her and interviewing her. And she has clearly stated that it can take several years before we find out what really happened, you know, in that incident. She said that these are highly computerized planes with millions of lines of code, and everything needs to be investigated and checked. And yes, I fully agree with that. What I've found, I've been following the story, and I'm finding that Western media is just they're being quick to blame the pilots, which I think is terrible. That's not a good idea, because, you know, there are karmic implications to a false accusation, and we don't know, and the investigators have to do their job. And I think anybody who's reaching a conclusion now is actually compromising flight safety, you know, because it really could be a technical problem. There have been other problems in the sky. This has been a very difficult time for aircraft and airspaces around the world. I'll show you another article. I've got it here. Yeah, this one here says, watch, plane catches fire during takeoff. Well, that's not a pilot error, is it? You know, I mean, that's very clearly a problem with the device, the technology, right? So yeah, I think there needs to be proper investigations and quality control on, you know, a lot of airlines have got aging fleets now, and this really does need to be taken very seriously. So there was also another article I've got here, which is Delta airline forced to swerve to avoid colliding with bomber plane. So that has happened around this Mars Ketu time as well. So this has been around the time of, you know, close to the 20th of July mark. There was also another incident which I think had something to do with a plane, was it leaving Hawaii? I'll try and find out, and I'll put it by my side if I can find it. But this has been an intense time for flying, and it's something that hopefully, if I get some time in the next couple of weeks, I might do a breakout video on it, because I have been investigating the whole airline thing. It is very interesting. So I will take a deeper look. How are we doing on time? Oh, we're all good. And I've got one more news story to match up, which is, yes, a bit of cosmic gossip. And that is on the 19th of July, the CEO of Astronomer got caught on kiss cam, and I didn't think I was going to feature this. Like everyone on the internet, I saw it and I just thought, oh, okay, you know, I don't know, like I found it interesting from a body language point of view. So I clicked on actually the body language guy review it. I also saw Spidey review it as well. I like his reports too. Oh, and the panel as well. Those 4 guys that chat about this stuff. I don't know if they've done one yet. But anyway, I watched the body language guy talk about it, and there was something he said that sparked my astrological thinking, and I thought, oh yeah, no, I can talk about this. Because the body language guy said that these two got caught in front of the whole internet. And that is a very astute observation. It's just something about the way he phrased that made me go, oh, of course. Well, this is very Saturn-Neptune, because Neptune represents film, cameras, Hollywood, but anything where, yeah, camera technology is being used, they do typically say that that's connected in with Neptune. And we had Neptune Saturn in Pisces. Pisces is the all is one. Pisces is, and you can see Pisces is like a sea of humanity, or, you know, everyone. So at the Coldplay concert, that kiss cam camera, or whatever that was, just focused on those two, and well, everyone present in the stadium saw. Now, they were not expecting that the whole internet would see, that all of humanity would see, but it's Neptune Saturn in Pisces. And it is also quite a little bit Mars Ketu as well, because when the two realized that, oh my goodness, it's us. Both of them just like, so Mars being the physical body and Ketu, say for example, separation or that eclipsing effect, you know, she immediately turned away and he ducked. And so they physically completely divided. But yeah, what a moment. I mean, I really feel for the families. I think that, you know, this is terrible. And I mean, the other thing is, yeah, he has lost his job. I believe, I don't know if she lost her job, but that's a sort of Mars Ketu thing as well, because it's like being kicked out of a kingdom. One could read it in that way. Mars, the masculine, being kicked out. Ketu can do that kind of thing. So yeah, astrologically, this is one of those examples. But I do think that everyone involved, I know it's a really difficult time, must be for the families and all of that. It's very, very difficult, very painful. But equally, this reminded me of, in Australia, I watched this thing called Keating the Musical, and it featured Cheryl Kerno and her affair. And anyway, many years later, Cheryl Kerno is in the audience of Keating the Musical, and she's having a bit of a giggle watching herself. And you know, there's actually a man who's playing her, I think, and there's this affair moment. And what I wanted to say here is, I feel like, and I wish this for everyone involved here, that there comes a time, maybe in a few years, 10 years, I don't know how long it'll take, but I'm sure that they'll be able to heal to the point where they could have a little bit of a laugh at this as well, you know. I mean, that's healing goals, right? We've all got goals, and for our healing, you know, and you know, this could be a thing that one heals and finds the humor much later down the track. But let's have a look. What else do I have here? I've just got one more thing to share, and that is, I wanted to share a business course that I took recently, and it's Rachel Elnaugh's business course. She doesn't know that I'm sharing this, but I want to share some information about it. I'll share a link as well, because I got so much value from this course. And Rachel Elnaugh, for those of you in the UK, well, she's a household name. All of you know that she's a Dragon's Den dragon, and that she ran the extremely successful business red letter days, which I believe was like a, tens of millions turnover. It was a really big thing back in the day. And now she's doing amazing work with helping, young entrepreneurs, business people, all of that. She is doing incredible coaching work, all kinds of things. I mean, she's a very busy person. So, but I imagine that this is open to people all around the world. And I know, we've got people all around the world watching here. So I just thought that I'd give you a heads up, because this was something that was really valuable to me doing this course. What it is, you just take your small business and sign up. And for me, when I did it, it was a 4-week course, and I got to ask Rachel questions, and it was excellent. It was like a sort of workshop type thing, a workshop / course across a period of time, where you actually do get to work with an extremely experienced and excellent professional. And she's massively spiritual as well, which was just so cool and so wonderful. So if any of you, because I work with so many clients who you're leaving some corporate thing, you're starting up your own thing, and in those early days it can be difficult. So if you need inspiration, or you want to take your small fledgling business to an expert, take it to Rachel. She's absolutely amazing. And I really loved the course, and it was really good because I even got to make friends and things like that. So I just wanted to share that with you because it was something of benefit to me. And I did mention it on my Patreon group, and I said that at some point I'll promote it on the YouTube channel, but I didn't say who it was. But now you know that, and some of you may not know Dragon's Den. You might be in America and maybe you've got Shark Tank. So Shark Tank is the equivalent. I love watching those shows. I think they're so interesting because the beginning of a business contains such great sort of firework energy. I learned that term from Rachel. It has this firework energy, and there's an excitement, and that's why I like watching those Dragon's Den and Shark Tank programs, because you get to see people's creativity and what are people making. And I love all of that. I love creativity, art, all of that stuff. Oh, and before I wrap up, I should have done this earlier. I'm doing this now, but I'll do it now. News matchup. Guys, I stand corrected. I hope some of you are here still. George W. Bush, George Sr. ran America from 1989 to 1993. So I was incorrect. I think in the last episode, what did I say? I said something about, didn't George W. run the country from 2001 to 2009, but no, there was his dad. I forgot all about him. So George Sr. ran America from 1989 to 1993. So that was 36 years ago, and yes, that's absolutely correct. The person on the Reddit article was correct, and I didn't need to question them. I should have put that earlier. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know if everybody is here still, but because usually people drop off by now. Only the devoted stay to this point. Only the best. Only you guys are the best. Whoever's here right now, watching me get ready to hop into Aries. All right, let's do it. Let's hop into Aries. So we're gonna go through the whole zodiac. Who's gonna stick with me for the whole thing? Maybe you got me on in the background by accident. You're not able to, you know how it is. You're washing the dishes, you can't turn off the, anyway. All right, so let's go. So Aries, welcome. So this is Aries ascendant, Aries moon, or Aries sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we have got the sun in 4th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So for you, we're in the 4th house here, so expenses could go up when it comes to home. Could be that you're needed at home, your leadership is needed at home, you have to sort something out, you are the voice of authority at home this month. So your energy might be needed at home in a leadership capacity, but equally this could definitely be just expenses are going higher. Now for the second half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 5th house, Leo. So again, expenses could be higher. That's just something to bear in mind. This could be creative, but equally it could be a time where it's more so strategic, or you're thinking about your creativity rather than getting on and doing it. So could be something underground that you're planning or strategizing, something like that. You will have energy to put into your creativity in that way, in a strategic underground sort of way. Now Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in 3rd house Gemini until 20th August. So when it comes to love, you might be more analytical at this time. You might be really observing relationships and people around you in a very intellectual and analytical way. It could be a very conversational time. You might be chatting with friends a lot. You might be advising your friends as well. And it's a great time to be social. This is nice energy to catch up with the friends, and it might be that when you do, there's a lot of conversation and chat about, relationships in particular. It's also possible to expand your social networks at this time. Anything that you're doing that is creative or artistic could really expand at this time as well. Now on the 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 10th house. So this is a beautiful full moon for some really deep introspection. You might be journaling as well, and you could be journaling around things to do with home life or relationships at home or relationship with mother, or just some understanding insights you gain there. But equally your career. You might be gaining insights and new information just coming clear about your career around the 9th of August. It's just a good time to introspect on those things. And then on the 23rd of August, we've got a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 5th house. Ketu is there as well. So this is a very interesting new moon. It does have an eclipse style effect. We've got brand new energy here regarding your creativity and or your investments and or your children. But equally, you might be letting go of some significant thing in these areas as well, or something is coming to a significant close. It could be a powerful time. It could be a time where you feel a lot freer afterwards on the 23rd of August. Aries, it's looking like a good month ahead. I'm wishing you well. We are now going to welcome Taurus. Taurus, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Taurus Ascendant, Taurus Moon, or Taurus Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now on the first half of the month, we're going to have the Sun in 3rd house, Cancer, with a retrograde Mercury. So for you, this is a powerful time to be seen and recognized at work or in significant groups that you attend. So it could be your yoga group or a hobby group or any of that, but there's something where you're going to be seen and recognized. Now in the second half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 4th house, Leo. So there could be additional expenses at home. The other thing is that your leadership might be required at home, or you might be the voice of reason or something like that. But equally, towards the end of the month or even the early part of September, you might feel that you're not being listened to. So there's that as well. But yeah. Other than that, Sun in 3rd house Cancer for the first half of the month is excellent. So that's beautiful energy. And that could also be good energy socially with your friends as well. Now, Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in second house Gemini, and that's up until the 20th of August. So this is beautiful energy for socializing, conversing with family of origin or childhood friends. Now, if it's not social, you are enjoying your health, Taurus. This is a good time to be healthy, to be enjoying good health. Possibly you're expanding your health routines, fitness routines. Maybe you're putting those in. I must admit, I need to put that in because I think I've dropped off the exercise thing, so I need to get back onto it. You might be enjoying cooking, enjoying new recipes, enjoying new ideas. Maybe there's something about you skilling up but learning more about health, or you're reading up on something, or you're being inspired and you're excited to pour your own energy back into your own self, into your health, into looking after yourself, into looking good, feeling good, all of that. That's really here for you. It's great health energy and equally great social energy with family or with really close friends. Now, on the 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 9th house. So you might enjoy listening to a new teacher or a new guru, mentor. Maybe you come across somebody and you're like, oh, how did I not know about this incredible person? And you really get into their stuff and you want to consume all their stuff. That could be sort of 9th of August. This is also a time on the 9th of August, that beautiful full moon, where deep introspection will reveal what you need to know. So there is something of you figuring out what your gaps are, what you are lacking, where you might need to skill up or you might need to improve. So that will also become clear to you on the 9th of August. And on the 23rd of August, there is a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. Ketu will be there as well. It's happening in your 4th house. So this is a brand new energy regarding your home. Equally, something connected with home or your relationship with your mother is likely to close out or to be eclipsed out. There's something that's coming to an end, and this could actually be it could be quite a long-standing thing. And maybe you've been holding on to something, and it could be out of some beautiful energy, out of some loyalty to mother or family or something like that. But it's like maybe that thing has to close now because you've got a whole new life that wants to come in. So let that thing close out, whatever that thing is. All right, Taurus. Well, thank you so much for being here. We are now going to welcome Gemini. Gemini, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Gemini Ascendant, Gemini Moon, or Gemini Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we've got the Sun in 2nd house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So this could be good for accumulating money, for wealth. You know, maybe you've got some new clients, new money coming in. It's something about money coming in here. This is quite good. The Sun is there in the 2nd house. I mean, that could be some expenses there. That is possible. But the retrograde Mercury is powerful. So that should be good for money coming in. Now, 2nd half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 3rd house, Leo. This is actually really good energy on both fronts. You might be shining. You might really be recognized in groups. And that will definitely be for the 2nd half of the month. But as the Sun gets closer to Ketu in the 3rd house, so we're looking sort of early September, it is also possible at that portion you might start to feel a little bit invisible. So that is a possibility there. Now, Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in 1st house Gemini until the 20th of August. You've got those 2 advisors right there in the 1st house in your sign, Gemini. This is incredible. So you might find yourself giving lots of advice to people. People might just naturally come to you for advice or guidance, or they like telling you their stuff. And I've got here, yeah, people might bring you their issues for you to intellectually resolve. And I've got here, wait for the invitation and then share your pearls of wisdom. So that is a thing with advice. It's always best received when it's asked for. So hope that they ask you, because you're going to be full of incredible wisdom and things to share. That would be, yeah, right up until the 20th of August. Now, on the 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 8th house. So deep introspection and listening to life as a whole will bring occult or psychic insights. Definitely keep a dream journal at this time if you can, and watch out for where the insights come from. The insights just might come as you're moving through life. And I have had this. I was telling someone just the other day about how a lady at a gym gave me a bit of a psychic reading one time. I mean, imagine, like, that was so random, and she was completely spot on about some extraordinary things. So yeah, it's amazing how as we move through life, life can provide you with the insights that you need at any given moment. So always be open to that as a possibility. Now 23rd August, new moon, but of course use your intuition, be discerning, and have your blocks up if you need to as well. It's hard. Life is hard. Like sometimes, yeah, we need to be guarded and we need to have our shields up as well. So, you know, it's tricky. All right, 23rd August. New moon in, but see, if you meditate a lot, it will be effortless and seamless. This is why meditation is very important, because it does help smooth everything out and make life so much easier. Anyway, 23rd August, new moon, Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house, and Ketu is there as well. So there's a brand new energy here regarding friends or groups that you are part of. Equally, a friendship or group circle or your participation in that might come to an end at this time as well. So know that anything that clears or ends, it's usually always making space for something even better to come along. When you hold that as your belief, a better thing does come. So believe that better is coming in. Okay, that's really important. Gemini, I want to thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Cancer. Cancer, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Cancer Ascendant, Cancer Moon, or Cancer Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we've got the Sun in 1st house, Cancer, with a retrograde Mercury. This is happening in your sign, Cancer. This is all about you. Now, this could be a little bit tiring or draining at times. Sun being in the 1st house, especially if it's your ascendant, it can be a bit draining on the physical body. So if at any time you're feeling tired, just rest, just honor that. You know, just recognize, okay, I need to take some time for myself. Second half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 2nd house Leo. So this is a bit better for the physical body. Sometimes it can denote headaches and things like that. Sun in the 12th, Sun in the 2nd can be headaches. Sun in the 1st could even be headaches too. If you're prone to headaches, just take extra care at this time. The other thing with Sun in 2nd house Leo is that it could make your expenses go up or things get expensive. So that's the 2nd half of the month onwards. But a positive thing about Sun being in the 2nd is that when you speak, you'll be speaking with authority. So that's a beautiful part of this transit here of Sun through 2nd. Now Jupiter and Venus will be conjunct in 12th house Gemini for you, and that's until 20th August. You've got 2 advisors there in the 12th house. I've got here you might be able to pick up a lot of insights, actually, direct from the divine. This is quite interesting because we do have the two advisors here. Equally, it could be something where people are consulting you for advice, and maybe you are quite tuned in and tapped on, and you're directly drawing the advice from behind the veil or from the other side. So you might be quite tuned in, but it's in a spiritual sort of a way, where you're drawing your advice from maybe very high sources of inspiration or something like that. Now on the 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 7th house. So you might be able to really deeply hear something that maybe your partner has been telling you for quite a while. There's something about a penny dropping when it comes to your love life, or you understanding something in a deeper way, or you being able to hear your partner very deeply, or maybe something just makes sense to you regarding your love life, or there's a renewed understanding. There's something that is really going to make sense on the 9th of August, full moon Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's to do with your love life. So there will be something that just deeply makes sense. You're like, oh, that's why this is the way it is. And on the 23rd of August, there's a new moon in Leo Magha Nakshatra. Ketu's going to be there as well. It's happening in your 2nd house. So there could be a brand new energy regarding your savings or finances, and or a breakthrough regarding anything holding you back from earning more. So if you feel like there's been something holding you back from earning more or saving lots of money, or your money growing, it's like if you feel like there's been something holding me back, that thing could break at this time. So that's really positive. Let's hope for that, Cancer. And that's happening on the 23rd of August. So that is what I'm seeing for you there. Thank you so much for stopping by. And we are now going to welcome Leo. Leo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Leo Ascendant, Leo Moon, or Leo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we've got Sun in 12th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So for you, this might mean that it's actually a little bit harder to sleep for the first half of the month. So if you're finding that you're restless, or you're not sleeping, that's okay. You can read a spiritual book, you can do some guided meditations, you can just relax, and that's what I do when I can't sleep. There's nights where I can't sleep, I just lie down. Well, I'm lying there and I've got my duvet and everything, and I'm just like going through all the things I'm grateful for. That's when I do a lot of gratitude type stuff. I don't crank up the brain and think about my work, no way. I do the spiritual stuff. I think of what I'm grateful for. I contemplate, the meaning of things, or love, and I might crack open my iPad and I'll put the color to orange, and I'll do all of that, and then I'll read my spiritual books. That I do that. Sometimes I haven't done that for a while. I have been sleeping okay, but when I have those restless nights, I just I view it as relaxation time. As long as you're lying down relaxing, that's good enough. Now, on the second half of the month, we have got Sun with Ketu in 1st house Leo. So I've got here that at times you might not feel seen at times. It's kind of interesting because Sun in the 1st house, it will mean that you're shining. So you might feel a bit seen, but equally towards the very end of the month, and especially early September, you might feel like you're a little bit invisible. So that is a possibility. Equally, Sun in the 1st house can be a little bit draining, can be a little bit taxing on the health. So and especially if your sleep was interrupted in the first half of the month, second half of the month, I could imagine that you'll get better sleep for sure. because Sun on the physical body is a little bit intense. So you probably sleep well second half of the month. Now, Ketu and Venus are conjunct in 11th house Gemini up until 20th August. So friends and older siblings and soul tribe people, people that you love, people that you adopted as your soul tribe, these people might love your counsel and insights on their relationship problems. You might find that you're an advisor and that you're all advising each other, depending on what's happening in their 11th house. And who knows, they might have Jupiter, Venus in an airy place too. So this is a time of great conversations, of catching up with friends. I've got here, this is a great time for social networks to expand. This could be social media. Your social media might really expand at this time. So that is something there. Also, art and creativity, anything where you're putting your own special touch into something, that can really expand and grow at this time. So you might be quite magical at this time, it's worth putting effort into your creativity, definitely, at least through to 20th August. Now, 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. This is happening in your 6th house. So deep introspection will bring insights regarding your career. And another thing that's beautiful about this full moon on the 9th of August is that as you serve your clients or just go about your day job, there's something about you being able to really deeply listen to another person at work, and you'll be able to serve or do your work with a deeper understanding or more information or a heightened sensitivity. But there's something about you being really connected there on the 9th of August. And very insightful. Things will become clear to you about steps going forward, especially regarding career. And then on the 23rd of August, we've got a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 1st house. Ketu is there as well. So what do we have here with your new moon? Oh, well, this is huge. This is your new moon, Leo. So you might get brand new insights regarding your life path. Equally, you might get a brand new direction open up at this time. Maybe you're going to close something out and you are going to head off on a new trajectory. This could be really big. And I've got here, anything that has been preventing you from moving forward could close out at this time. So this could be, it could even be something internal, beliefs or a pattern or dynamic that we've got going on within us that could finish at this time, and you're free. There's something about you being more free after the 23rd of August. Leo, it's looking like a good month ahead. We are now going to welcome Virgo. Virgo, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Moon, or Virgo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. I'm just checking Virgo. I think that's a bit better. Okay, right. I'm making it perfect for you Virgos. That's what we do here in Virgo. Is Virgo always perfect? Do you know what? Virgo brings order to chaos. So it's not really about perfection. It's just that you're good at bringing order to chaos. That's all. That's what it is. It's not about perfection. All right, let's take a look. First half of the month, what have you got? So we've got, before I begin any of that, I forgot to welcome Virgo Ascendant, Virgo Moon, or Virgo Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. All right, so first half of the month, we've got Sun in 11th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So this is excellent for being recognized for what you do in life. Okay, so this could be career related, but equally, if you're not working, it's just recognition for what you do, for how you be, for your path in life. There's something about recognition here. Now, second half of the month, The sun will be with Ketu in 12th house Leo, so it might be a bit harder to sleep at this time, but spiritual insights will really be illuminated. And if you talk or teach or any of that, and you are a spiritual guide, healer, counselor, coach, any of that, then yeah, you might speak with quite a bit of authority at that time as well. Now, Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in 10th house Gemini until 20th August. So your analytical skills might be more needed at work. Something about your intellect or things being more intellectually demanding. You might also be advising or consulting, offering expertise at this time. Professionally, you might be required to offer expertise, counsel, you might be required to teach something. And I've got here, there's a particular emphasis on presenting your ideas with an artistic flair or with style. You're being creative about it, you're being stylish about it. Maybe everyone's doing it a certain way and you decide, you know what, I'm going to do it this way, and I'm going to incorporate a bit of video, and I'm going to, I don't know, do something fancy with the slides or whatever it is. But yeah, it's something where you're presenting something with style or an artistic flair. Now on the 9th of August, there's a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 5th house. So deep introspection will bring insights at this time, and particularly around your own personal leadership style. Also, next steps regarding your life path really can be shown to you at this time. We've got this beautiful big full moon here in Capricorn, and this could even be, it could be career related. But it's very much to do with who you are as a person, who you want to be. I think that's what this is. This is about who you want to be. Leo, 5th house, all about being. It's all about how you be. So yeah, you're going to get some deep introspection that's going to bring insights about who you want to be going forward. You can think quite far into the future and contemplate that, journal about that. That's on the 9th of August there. And on the 23rd of August, we've got a new moon in Leo, Maka Nakshatra. Ketu's going to be there too. And this is happening in your 12th house. So you might get brand new spiritual insights. And there's something about this energy that could break you free from barriers that might be holding you back in life. And these are barriers that could be preventing you from receiving your own insights regarding your personal leadership or how you be or what you are becoming, all of that. There's something about you breaking free on the 23rd of August, and a cycle could close out that really just frees up your energy, and you're able to get your own answers a lot easier. You know, communing with that other side will be a lot easier. I remember when I look back several years ago, I used to have the odd day or two here and there where I just would feel blocked. I would just feel like, oh, I can't, like someone turned the tap off. That's how I used to describe it. And I used to hate those days, you know, and it's like, but nowadays what I'm finding is that the more, because I've been doing this work for many years now, and my life is smoothing out, and I'm meditating more, and things are becoming more regular, and yeah, it's kind of like I don't have those days where it's so obvious. Things do smooth out when we do lots of meditation, or we do this kind of work, or whatever it is. It's like you will notice changes as you go. Virgo, I want to thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Libra. Libra, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Libra Ascendant, Libra Moon, or Libra Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we've got the Sun in 10th house, Cancer, with a retrograde Mercury. So you will be recognized at work or in life as you move about. There's something about you where people are going to recognize you. So this is really a time to speak up and share what you know. It will be very well received at this time. There's something about people seeing you, and with the retrograde Mercury, you're more powerful at this time as well. Now, for the second half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 11th house Leo. So again, rewards and recognition are all possible, but you might find towards the very end of the month or that start of September, maybe you start to become a little bit invisible, possibly at that time. So, but you've got a beautiful month ahead, so that's really good. Now, Jupiter and Venus are going to be conjunct in 9th house Gemini until the 20th of August. So this is excellent energy for success. When you speak, you're going to speak brilliantly, you're going to have great ideas, you'll speak brilliantly, fluently. Learning new things will be easier as well. If you pick up something to learn, it'll just make sense and it'll be a joy. This is really good energy. This is great energy for foreign travel. Definitely take care with foreign travel. I think we all have to do that across the board for ongoing, so I've been investigating the whole airline thing, and wow, it's interesting. But this is good energy for foreign travel here. If you are going somewhere, good time to do it. And I've got here, this is also a good time for your relationships. So yeah, Jupiter Venus conjunct in the 9th house. It's very good, Libra. You've always got lots of good things going on. I'm so happy for you. 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn. And by the way, if it's not happening, sometimes you guys will write in the comments below and you'll say, hey, I'm a Libra and nothing good is happening for me. I understand that. I know what that's like when you're going through a good transit and maybe everybody's promising good stuff, and then you're like, well, hang on a minute, no, for me it's not happening. When it's like that, we might be a little bit blocked somewhere in our life, and what we need to do is we need to get a bit still, and we need to ideally connect with our higher self more. And sometimes we're not getting that connection, or it's difficult. My advice is become still, clutter clear, something you might need to get rid of, and that could be to do with physical objects, but it could be to do with an abstract structure in your life that you just haven't closed out or dealt with, or those administrative things that sometimes we just don't want to deal with it. It's like, I have to close that account, or I have to do that thing. Oh, I can't be bothered. No, maybe you have to be bothered. It's like there could be some pending thing that you have to do. And it's like, when you do that pending stuff, or you clutter clear, or you get rid of something, or you deal with something, then the next step can open up. So if you're in one of those slightly stuck places, look around at your life and see, okay, what do I need? There's some action I need to take, or there's something I need to do, and see if you can do that thing. You'll probably know what it is as well. We generally know, okay, I have to, that thing I've been putting off, okay, I better sit and do it. It's that. It might be that. So yeah, if you're finding that energies are quite stuck, there's often something you need to do. It's a Mars thing. Mars is doing. You'll need to take an action. But you get still to hear and find out what the action is. But very often people usually know, is what I've found. All right, so let's take a look. So foreign travel is all good. Good time for relationships. 9th August, full moon, Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening for you in your 4th house. So yeah, look at this. We've got it right here. A time to deeply listen to your needs, to nurture yourself. Yeah, that's why I went into that little riff there about becoming still and introspecting. Okay, what do I need? Is there something I have to do? And I've got here, deep introspection can even bring insights regarding your relationship with your mother, and possibly regarding on where you now need to mother yourself. Maybe you're growing and you need to take over and do the self-parenting. Very often, if you want to grow out of your family situation or where you are in life, you're going to need new mentors, new role models, new kind of mothers and fathers, if you know what I mean. Like, it's sort of like, yeah, and if you want to grow, you may need to, or mother yourself, or nurture yourself. So it could be something like that is needed at this time. But there's a thing here on the 9th of August, you should be able to listen deeply, and some insights should occur. And on the 23rd of August, there is a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. Ketu is there as well, so this is powerful. You might receive new insights regarding your relationship with siblings or friends, and there could be a powerful ending in these areas as well. Could also be to do with soul tribe people, people that you consider your soul tribe. So there could be some powerful ending in these areas. Could also be something to do with social media networks or technology or something like that as well. But there's some kind of powerful ending that could be happening there on the 23rd of August. Libra, I want to thank you so much for joining. We are now going to welcome Scorpio. Scorpio, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Scorpio Ascendant, Scorpio Moon, or Scorpio Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now for the first half of the month, we've got Sun in 9th house, Cancer, with a retrograde Mercury. So your power is rising, okay? It is going up at this time, but you will have to be careful because this is also a place of respecting authority when the Sun is here. So, but you know what? When the Sun is here, I feel like your power is rising and you are respecting authority, possibly imitating an authority that's above you, that inspires you. That would be good too. Someone who's a good influence on you, to have someone to look up to be, I want to be like them. So, you may model yourself on them or whatever. So yeah, there's a bit of that here possibly. Second half of the month, we've got the Sun with Ketu in 10th house, Leo. So this is a time for recognition, and you should be able to achieve that. Achieve some recognition at this time, and this could be at work, but this could be just as part of your life path, and whatever it is that you do, there's something about you being recognized. And towards the very end of the month, you might notice the effect wanes a little bit, or as Sun gets closer to Ketu, and that could be early September as well, maybe that effect isn't there so much, but regardless, it's still a very good month. Now, Jupiter Venus are conjunct in 8th house Gemini until the 20th of August. So this might be a little bit tiring. Jupiter there in the 8th can be a little bit tiring on the physical body. And I've got here, but you do have energy to understand what's happening beneath the surface. And you've got incredible energy to be intellectual about it. There's something about you intellectually becoming very tuned in and clever and seeing what's under the surface. And you get a knowing, you'll know what's going on. I've got here, you'll be able to read people deeply and gain insights about what's really going on around you. Now on the 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 3rd house. So this is a great time to deeply listen to people around you, especially your friends, siblings, and co-workers. You might be counseling others at this time. That is a possibility as well. On the 9th of August there, you've got a lot of wise insights. And on the 23rd of August, there's a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 10th house. Ketu is there as well. So you might receive powerful new insights and ideas regarding your career. There could also be a powerful ending at work as well. So that's just something to bear in mind there, Scorpio. It's looking like a very interesting month ahead for you. I'm wishing you well. Thank you so much for being here. We are now going to welcome Sagittarius. Sagittarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Sagittarius Ascendant, Sagittarius Moon, or Sagittarius Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So for the first half of the month, we're going to have the Sun in 8th house, Cancer, with a retrograde Mercury. So this could be a little bit tiring, a little bit draining at times, but intellectually it's going to be very illuminating, and there's going to be things that, all kinds of underground hidden things that you're just going to understand and know, and you're going to get a sense of things, and you're probably going to be right. So that is good to know. There, the sun is there. It's illuminating things. You see it, you know it. On the second half of the month, the sun will be with Ketu in 9th house Leo. So you are shining brighter, but there could be a feeling of an invisible limit on your power. You might have that feeling sort of towards the very end of August, maybe the early part of September. You might just feel like, yeah, there's a bit of a limit. Like, okay, I'm shining, but there's some limit. And it's an invisible limit. But you feel it, right? And you could have a sensation of that towards the end of the month. Now, Jupiter and Venus could be conjunct in 7th house Gemini until the 20th of August. So love becomes intellectual here. And I've got here, it's a great time to analyze relationships. It's a good time to figure out your love language. It's a good time to figure out your partner's love language. It's a good time to do self-development work when it comes to partnership, your heart, love life. It's great to connect with others via really good conversations. You might be quite the conversationalist. Right through to 20th August, people might love to talk to you. I've got here, it's also a time where Jupiter can expand your business or your audience. So if you are an entrepreneur, self-employed person, contractor, any of these things, your activity might really expand at this time. Now on the 9th of August, there is a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 2nd house. So you will be able to deeply listen to family members or childhood connections, something about you really connecting with people there on the 9th of August and being able to deeply listen or take in someone else's life, I want to say. Yeah, this could be quite big. This is Capricorn here. So yeah, it's like you're really able to take in someone else's experience. That's quite beautiful. I've got here, you might even be called to give advice as well. So that could be there on the 9th of August. And on the 23rd of August, there is a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 9th house. We've got Ketu there as well. So you might receive new insights regarding what skills you need to acquire going forward. You might get ideas on, oh, okay, if I learn this thing, then I can do that thing, and then that opens up, and okay, wow, and like the whole pathway that could illuminate and open up here. And there could be a powerful ending in a relationship with a parent or something to do with authority or responsibility. It's like you're growing beyond something now, and you're ready for new challenges. There's a whole new pathway or something that's lighting up or that's illuminating at this time. So that is very exciting, Sagittarius. I want to thank you so much for tuning in. We are now going to welcome Capricorn. Capricorn, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. So this is Capricorn Ascendant, Capricorn Moon, or Capricorn Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So now for the first half of the month, we've got Sun in 7th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So this could really heighten your empathy at this time. It could help you see into another person better or more deeply. There's something about other people become illuminated for you at this time. And now for the second half of the month, Sun will be with Ketu in 8th house Leo. So you will have the power to see what's under the surface. Something will just make sense to you. You'll be like, I always suspected this about you, but I am right. Like there's something about, I know, you know something here. There's something you know. Now Jupiter and Venus will be conjunct in 6th house Gemini until the 20th of August. So let's have a look at this. Jupiter conjunct Venus, 6th house Gemini until 20th August. This is going to improve your analytical powers and your abilities at work. Your service can be provided with extra flair or extra style, or it could be that you're particularly chatty with your clients, or maybe as well somebody leaves you a positive review or something like that. I was just thinking about that today, because yeah, I left a positive review today for a professional who asked me for one, and I was very happy to do that. So I've got something here, words will flow easily, yeah, and you might be consulting others, you might be giving people advice, professional advice or guidance, consultancy, expertise, but that could all be part of your service at this time. Or there's something more enjoyable about that, or that aspect of what you do, or things are more chatty somehow. Now, 9th of August, we've got a full moon, Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your first house. So this is deep introspection, and there's something where I feel like you will be able to connect. Now, this is quite profound, Capricorn. On this day of the 9th of August, you might be able to connect with all of life, but get personal insights of your own. But this is you somehow listening to and connecting with all of life. It is pretty amazing. It's like the universe can speak to you on this day. I love this for you. I think this is incredible. And I've got here, yeah, you will receive incredible insights that will guide your path going forward. You might really be able to tune into your higher self on this day, 9th of August. And on the 23rd of August, there's a new moon, Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 8th house. Ketu is there as well, so this is quite powerful. So you might be able to receive insights, and again, this is about your whole life. You might be extra psychic at this time. And I've got here, definitely keep a dream journal. There's something about you being really tapped in, tuned in, turned on. That's the phrase from Abraham Hicks, isn't it? I think I've got that right. But yeah, this is that kind of time where you might be quite connected. So see what comes, Capricorn, see what comes. Keep your journal handy. I'll show you my journal. I haven't shown it to anyone else. Look at my little journal. It's got a squirrel on there. Isn't that cute? I got it from Temu. It's brilliant. And it's got like thick paper and light dots. I don't like heavy dots. Heavy dots drive me crazy. I'm like, when I open it, and it's like, oh no, it's got heavy dots. I'm just so disappointed. But I'm not the only one, because I've read reviews online, and a lot of people, that's why I bought this one, because people wrote light dots. And I'm like, oh, thank God, that's for me. So yeah, other people have had the same experience. Love these reviews online. It's so helpful. Anyway, Capricorn, just wanted to share that with you. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are now going to welcome Aquarius. Aquarius, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. I'm checking the time. We're all good. So Aquarius, what do we got going on? Well, this is Aquarius Ascendant, Aquarius Moon, or Aquarius Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. Now, what do you have going on? So, first half of the month, we've got Sun in 6th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So you will be able to win over the competition, or succeed, or there's something about you winning, or maybe if you're involved in a court case, maybe things will go your way, or there's positive progress that is going to be good for you, or something along these lines. So there's some positive forward movement happening here. Second half of the month, the Sun will be with Ketu in 7th house Leo. So this is definitely a time to be humble. And definitely when it comes to being with other people, I think you will be especially insightful and empathetic, but it would serve you to be humble. Okay, so that's a little tip there. I've got here, something could close out in a significant relationship, and that might free you for your relationship to improve, or you know, if you are single, for a better, more suitable relationship to come in. So it's a good time, Aquarius. Now Jupiter and Venus are conjunct in 5th house Gemini until 20th August. So your creativity, your investments, relationship with children, and what you consider to be your kingdom all of that could be getting a boost at this time. It's really beautiful energy, Aquarius. And I've got here, there's something about life being easier. It's easier to be you. It's easier to earn. You might speak with ease and eloquence. When you make art, it just turns out beautifully. It's like, and maybe you get time to be creative. Maybe it's just that. But this is good energy, and there's something about life feeling good at this time as well. There's just a bit more ease, and that's up to, the 20th of August. So see if you can tune into that. See if you can catch that energy, that lovely Jupiter and Venus conjunction there in the 5th house, because both of those transit really well there. So you've got a nice thing going with Jupiter and Venus. And 9th of August, we've got a full moon in Capricorn Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 12th house. So you have the potential for deep introspection at this time. You might be able to listen to the universe, and imagine that, the universe, right? So it's pretty big. We're in the 12th house here. So you're connecting with the all. And you're gaining some spiritual insights that are going to help you grow at this time. So see if you can have some moments of stillness there on the 9th of August. And I mean, sometimes the only bit of stillness we get is, at the very end of the day, when you're winding up the day, the lights are dim, and you've just got a little bit of time before you sleep. Maybe it's there. Maybe that is the time where you just spend a few minutes communing with the whole universe and some insight. If it doesn't come immediately, it will come in the coming days. So 9th of August, it's going to be a beautiful full moon for you there, I do believe. And on the 23rd of August, there is a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 7th house, and Ketu will be there as well. So it's going to be quite powerful. So you might receive insights on how to heal your heart. Equally, your heart might get a clearing or a healing at this time. There's something about there being some kind of shift, and you're feeling more free. You're feeling more you and more able to be you. So this is beautiful energy, really, Aquarius. Thank you so much for stopping by. We are now going to welcome Pisces. Pisces, welcome. Thank you so much for joining. The camera is just about to cut out. It's 29 minutes. I'll let it do its thing, and then we'll start up a new memory card, but I will introduce it anyway. Pisces, welcome. This is Pisces Ascendant, Pisces Moon, or Pisces Sun, as per the sidereal Vedic system of astrology. So, for the first half of the month, we've got the Sun in 5th house Cancer with a retrograde Mercury. So, your expenses might go up a little bit. Mercury being here in the 5th house might give you ideas on how to earn more. So it really is the Sun being there. I am seeing the camera's going red. I'll let it cut out. As I was saying, it's really the Sun that might be making things expensive, and it's really Mercury that might be bringing some money in or giving you ideas on how to bring in more. So yeah, it's quite interesting what you've got going here. Now the second half of the month, we've got Sun with Ketu in 6th house Leo. So early in the month, you can succeed or be recognized. Definitely Sun in the 6th is fantastic. Ketu in the 6th can really be fantastic as well. Actually, Ketu in the 6th, B.V. Raman loves it, and he says that your enemies get cut out, and illnesses can even be cut out as well. Equally though, Ketu in the 6th can be, mysterious illnesses that doctors can't pinpoint. So can be that as well, but the positive meaning is definitely, something about enemies, or even illnesses being cut out or stopped or blocked, or it doesn't happen kind of thing. So that is definitely a way I like to read Ketu. But I do have the note here, earlier in the month you can succeed and be recognized, but come the end of August or the very first few days of September, you might feel a little bit invisible. As Sun gets closer to Ketu there, sometimes people who have this, for example, in their birth chart, they sometimes feel a little bit invisible. Jupiter-Venus will be conjunct in 4th house Gemini until 20th August. So now from Venus's side, you're going to love being at home. This is good for great conversations with family. You're cooking up beautiful meals. You're loving being at home. Maybe you have friends come and visit. All that kind of thing. So Venus is loving this energy. Jupiter can transit well here, but I've got here, you know, equally sometimes Jupiter, it's a large body of water moving through a watery house as well. It's an interesting one because Jupiter does exalt in Cancer, but this is in Gemini, so I'm sort of factoring a bit of that in. I'll go mild, medium on my prediction for Jupiter. I'm going to be kind of neutral here. I've got here Jupiter transits fairly well here, so I'm not going to say either good or bad, but overall expect an easier time at home, or more comfort, or just more emphasis on home life. Maybe you're just at home more, and maybe it's just that. So it could just be that. On the 9th of August, there's a full moon in Capricorn, Shravana Nakshatra. It's happening in your 11th house. So this is a really good time to listen deeply to friends, older siblings, soul tribe connections. And it's possible that your advice might be needed by them at this time. But even just listening very deeply to these people, you might understand people around you at a whole new level. And you might gain some insights through this brand new understanding. But there's like a new depth of connection possibly, and it will come through listening. Now, on the 23rd of August, there's a new moon in Leo, Magha Nakshatra. It's happening in your 6th house. We've got Ketu here as well. So you might receive powerful insights on how to get ahead at work, or how to win over the competition, or equally, on the 23rd of August, something could close out at your workplace. You know, a project could complete, equally something that's been difficult or blocking you potentially, that could come to an end. So you might feel more free after the 23rd of August. That is something to keep your eyes peeled for. Pisces, I hope you're doing great out there wherever you are. Thank you so much for being here. I'm wishing you all well. Take care out there, and I will see you in the next video.